First of all, digital is a new door knocking. You got to understand that. We were laughing our butts off at Donald Trump for suspending his door knocking campaign and letting Charlie Kirk and Elon do a bunch of stuff online. We said, these guys are idiots. These guys are stupid. Then you start knocking on these doors. You know what people come to the door with? Their phone in their hand.
Oh my God.
All right, let's get y'all thoughts on this.
In the Philly suburbs. And I'm telling you, we are way off. The entire political class is way off. First of all, digital is a new door knocking. You got to understand that. We were laughing our butts off at Donald Trump for suspending his door knocking campaign and letting Charlie Kirk and Elon do a bunch of stuff online. We said, these guys are idiots. These guys are stupid. Then you start knocking on these doors. You know what people come to the door with? Their phone in their hand. They're in a 24-hour digital surround sound that has nothing to do with CNN, has nothing to do with any stuff that we do. I asked my son, I got a teenage son, I asked him, who are the most influential people in the world today? I'm thinking to myself, he's going to say Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z. He says, Kai Cent, Aiden Ross, Jinxie, and Sketch.
All right. I know Kai. I know who Aiden is because he used to tap in with Andrew Tate a lot. Kai Cenat got to be the biggest as far as just as many eyes on him. I don't know if he's the strongest influencer, but he's definitely the one with the biggest reach, in my opinion. But I don't even know these other two people. And maybe that's a shame. See, I'm showing how out of touch I am as well. But that's what is happening. And I think Van Jones noted an interesting point where Donald Trump, just like he used TikTok a lot this election, people are realizing that there is a shift that is happening. The quote unquote influencers, as soon as this internet came out and YouTube and all you have to do is set up a camera and that you can go live, everything that mainstream media does was threatened. Everything that their whole politically correct approach, their whole professional and being controlled by these groups with a lot of money and all these things that we always talk about, where you got MSNBC and you just look at, well, who's funding them? And you got Fox News and who's funding them, and CNN, who's funding them? And then you can kind of, by understanding where they're getting a lot of their dollars from, by understanding who are the advertisers that are paying for a lot of these things. When you got a lot of these big pharmaceutical companies paying advertisements for a lot of these mainstream news outlets, what do you think they're going to say on some of these things? What do you think their opinion may be on the United Healthcare CEO situation? What I'm saying is it brings a level of bias that when I turn on this camera right here and have a conversation with y'all, we don't have. Maybe not yet. If somebody writes a big enough check, and even then that check has to come from a place that allows us to still be biased or non-biased and objective. All right. So people can relate to, and this goes back to the Cat Williams conversation. People, not only is the real being exposed in 2024, to me, it's not that the real is being exposed or that the truth is coming to light. It's that we are in a position now where we're at that point of the cycle where what we relate to is just the real. So that now, based on the real being the cool thing, being the popular thing, what people relate to, now people are realizing that now you're getting a reward for being real. Those same things that you used to be canceled for or that you used to be scared to say, now there's a reward because people want that. And now the mainstream news outlets, they're trying to figure out a way to compete. People don't, and that's why their answer is to just become more radicalized and to just fear monger you into watching them and trusting them and not trusting other sources. Let's keep going with Van.
I don't know who he's talking about. I said, what platforms are you on? He goes, I'm on Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. I said, that sounds like you need to go to the hospital. What are these platforms? I'm telling you guys, the mainstream has become fringe, and the fringe has become mainstream. There are platforms, there are people out there that are getting 14 million streams, and we're on cable news getting 1 or 2 million. And so there is a whole world out there. Kellyanne Conway, I hate to agree with her, but I do a lot of times. Donald Trump understood that and we didn't. And that's not just Democrats that don't. The entire political class is way off, way off, way off.
All right. I can't say that I disagree. All right, let me move this off the screen real quick. All right, so Uncle Brother wrote, just look at who owns the legacy networks. There are only about 5, maybe 6 companies that own the majority of news and entertainment media channels. 100%. 100%, Uncle Brother. And I think that more and more of us are realizing, and I just hope that our parents are realizing it. And I hope that the older generations are realizing it. It's easier for us to realize because we grew up where social media is more just acceptable. We grew up in that. So therefore we trust it more. When you tell your parents and grandparents maybe about getting news off of TikTok or getting news off of Instagram and Facebook or X, I understand where the disconnect can be. However, when you realize that that is where the most genuine, uncensored information and unbiased information is coming from, that's why I hope that they can make that adjustment. I really do. It's like anything else. Think about any other corporate space. Do you always say what's on your mind? Do you always push how you personally feel or what you personally think is right? Or do you just do what you need to do in order to make sure that your check comes every second Friday or every other Friday? It's just like any other job, right? You're not just voicing your opinion. So this is the difference. This is why this is becoming the new uncensored space that people are attracted to. And that's why it was so important for a guy like Elon Musk to do what he did and buy X. And now what do you see happening after that? Now you got Bezos, you got Mark Zuckerberg wanting to work with Donald Trump and his organization, visiting Mar-a-Lago. So here we had Mark Zuckerberg go from censoring his platforms in 2020 for medical information that was put out to us, something that obviously you should not be censoring, to now work and being sworn enemies of Elon Musk. Remember, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg were supposed to have a UFC fight. Now you see a lot of these people working together and uniting under that. I don't know if it's under the MAGA banner or if it's under the Donald Trump banner or if it's under I'm just sick of the Democrats banner. Whatever it is, you see all of these groups of individuals that are coming together to kind of say, you know what? Maybe our best path forward is for us all to work together rather than working with those mainstream swamp, the establishment, whatever it is that you call it, but the traditional government space. So that's where I see that we're going in that direction. So the next thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about is actually, let me just share. It's actually an article. It's actually just an article. Hold on one second. Let me bring this down. And it's our boy Al Sharpton, man. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.